Hello everyone, welcome to Around the House in 80 Days. This is your 4 p.m. session, Kitchen Capers, but I'm filming it slightly earlier today just because I'm taking advantage of the fact that my pups are out for their afternoon walk, so we'll get a little bit of peace and quiet to do our filming. So if you could please just move into your lovely toe tapping or your marching. Bringing your arms in if you want to. Maybe incorporating some shoulder rotations. And the same if you're sitting, folks. You've been doing this is week 4, and you've been doing this 3 times a day. So you've been building up some wonderful reserve now in your warm-ups, and you'll be getting an idea of just what you like to do to get your circulation going. It all counts, folks. I'm going to join standing again. And remember, folks, you've checked your floor area to make sure that it's lovely and clear. You've got good footwear on. Mine's a bit creaky today. I think that's because I popped outside to get rid of some leaves that had blown in just before I started filming. So they're maybe just a little damp underfoot. But actually, that's quite a good sign, isn't it? Because there's almost like a suction going on there, so that's going to be helping me. Not that I would ever recommend you do that deliberately. You're doing beautifully. Get my arms going a bit. Going to go into marching so that I can just get some shoulder rotations in as well for myself, because I feel I need that now. And coming into your rest position. And remember that your rest position is all about feeling that stability, driving up through the legs so that you're lengthening your front, lengthening your back, tucking your stomach in, tucking your tail in, long neck, chin tucked as well, and just feeling gloriously tall, breathing easier because you're able to take more oxygen into your lungs with this lovely open posture. Same if you're sitting, folks. Just get that lovely open posture and really work hard to bring your tummy in. Our first move today is going to be some of our hip rotations. So I'm just starting swaying from side to side just to get my hips, get the idea going that they're going to be moving a little bit more. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to do 10 to each side. And you'll see that I'm following the D shape that Jenny was teaching you. So a straight movement, that's the straight arm of the D, and then a lovely hip rotation out to the back, and then the straight movement for the straight side of the D. If you're doing that in the standing position, please keep going. And once you've done 10 to the one side, remember you're going to do 10 to the other side. If you're sitting, we're going to come on the front third of our chair, making sure we've got that posture, and then we're just going to lift one butt cheek and then the other. And we're going to do it with control, pulling in our stomach muscles, continuing to breathe, continuing to smile. We might hold on to the sides of the chair for a little bit more stability and just to give us a little bit more oomph to the move. That's lovely, and you should be feeling your hips just stretching out a little bit with this move. If you want to, you can try and do some little small controlled circles in your chair. But really notice where you feel that. So when I was doing that just there, I could feel that in my lower back. So that tells me that my lower back needs a little bit more of a stretch and a warm up before I do that. So I am going to go back to doing this. Alternating one butt cheek and then the next. Keep going if you're sitting, just a few more. I'll join you. If you're standing, I'm sure you've done your 10 by now. I just need to do a couple to the other side to make sure that I'm nicely evened up. And then come into your lovely, tall, neutral position while I check what we're going to do next. Right. We're going to go into a hamstring stretch and a calf stretch, and we're going to do that while the kettle's waiting to boil. Yep. I'll be looking forward to my cup of tea after this session. For our hamstring stretch, if you're standing, begin tall, have your support nearby if you need to. Take one step forward, lean back onto the back leg, bring your toe up, keep your back lovely and long, and just feel that glorious stretch in your hamstring. And I want to see if you could hold that for 10 seconds, one on either side, that's all you're doing. Same again, and just feel that glorious stretch in your hamstring. You do that if you're sitting, front third of chair, tall posture, stomach in, stretch one foot out. Moving from the hips, I want you to just lean in slightly. Now it's ever such a small lean in before you feel those hamstrings kicking in and that stretch happening. So you don't have to go right forward and you don't curve your back, you keep your back lovely and tall and long. A small lean in and there it is, there's my hamstring getting stretched. So again, just see if you can hold that. Breathing, enjoying that stretch. Breathe into the stretch. Bring your foot back in, and then I'd like you to do the other side. Oh, that is glorious. Really breathe into the stretch. Pull your stomach in, keep your back long. It's a slight tilt, remember. And you'll feel it right under the top of your leg there where your hamstrings are. Lovely, folks. Our next move today, we're going to do our calf stretch next. We mustn't forget our calf stretch. So if you're standing, your calf stretch is going to be one foot forward, lean into the front foot, keep the back heel driving down into the floor and just feel the stretch going right down your leg, remembering to hold your posture tall, your stomach in. And again, I'd like you to try to hold that for 10 seconds and then swap legs. If you're sitting, this is the slight distinction you see if you're sitting. If you're sitting, you extend one leg, but this time you stay upright. You just bring your toes towards you. So remember, for the hamstring, we leaned in slightly, but we're just bringing our toes towards us, and that focuses the stretch on our calves this time. So staying lovely and upright, toes towards you, hold. And then I'd like you to do the other side. Bring those toes towards you. Did you see that movement? Toes up, but I am staying lovely and upright. Now the other move that you can all do seated, the standing folk will need to sit down for this move, is the chair sit and reach. Now we've done that a few times. That's where you have one leg extended, one hand on top of the other, and you just, keeping your back lovely and straight, you just come forward towards your toes. And that gives you the stretch along the back of your leg. Now, I have noticed that my chair is not up against a wall today, so it's not as solid as it could be. So I'm moving it to make it more secure, so that when I do these moves, I don't have to worry about it travelling back. There we go. And that's a glorious stretch, and that's my hamstring and my calf combine. And I'm going to do the other side as well. Oh, I just needed these stretches. Back's long, looking straight ahead. Oh, that was just lovely. Right, our next move is going to be our upper back strengthener. And for that, I've got my prop ready. I've got a tea towel here. And just to do this, you simply start with your tea towel in your hands, like so. And then as your hands travel out along the tea towel, you draw your elbows back, and that's an upper back strengthener. And I want you to do 5 of those. You can do these sitting or standing actually. It's maybe helpful to do them sitting. Draw your elbows back as you move your hands along, and you'll see I'm putting tension in the tea towel. Oh, and that's beautiful. That's an upper back strengthener. Let's do 3 more of those. Placing it down, scooping it into my hands. As I draw my hands along and put tension into the tea towel, my elbows are going back. Oh, and that's lovely. I'm holding. And then I'm going to do 2 more. Last one. And relax. And to finish for today, I have brought my trusty Hoover, and when I was winding up the cable earlier, I noticed that this was a missed opportunity. I was bending down just as you saw me do there, but I could actually be doing my mini squats. So I thought we would try that together. So remember, your mini squat is feet hip width, feet shoulder width apart. They're slightly wider. Lovely tall stance, lovely stomachs held in. You're going to push your bottom back from you. You're going to keep your spines long as you come down into a mini squat and driving up again. So let's do that while we're putting the Hoover cable away. I've got a great solid base. I'm feeling very secure. And I'm just going to come down into my squat, hold for 3, up. Down into my squat, hold for 3, up. And I'm going to go again, down into my squat, hold for 3, 4, 5, clip it in, keep that squat going, and up. And that was me putting my cable away. And if you were sitting, you could of course put your cable away by just getting yourself rock solid on your chair, by focusing on your core, focusing on having your feet firmly planted. But you could also do other things like your inner thigh stretch. You could do your outer thigh stretch. All good. You could do your hip mobility. In a forward lunge. Well, that's it for this evening. We're looking forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Please do remember that our switchboard number is 0333 323 2400, and that's the number that you'll call to register for our Health and Wellbeing Friendship Circles, which are starting next week, all very exciting. You're also welcome. All you need is a telephone. We call you and we just form a small circle on the phone, a small group on the phone, and we get to chat about everything and anything that will help us just stay healthier and maybe keep moving a little bit more when the weather's that bit colder. So we look forward to seeing you register for those. I'll look forward to seeing you again at some point tomorrow. Take care everyone and have a beautiful evening. Bye bye now.